Hi everyone, welcome to Warlton International Campus. So I'm Naomi, a student counselor at Warlton International Campus, and we are excited to have you at this logo designing workshop. Hope everyone is ready because today we are going to learn something precious. Ada join line students la goda denek නෙවෙයි අපේ course එක join වෙලා ඉන්නවා කියලා අපි believe කරනවා. අද මුලින්ම join වෙන students ලට මම පොඩි introduction එකක් දෙන්නම් අපේ Warlton International Campus එක ගැන. අපි මුලින්ම 2016 අවුරුද්දේ kids campus එකක් විදිහට තමයි Warlton International Campus එක start කරේ. So we have started our Warlton International Campus in 2016. අපි gradually මේ වෙද්දී Warlton International Campus එක certificate level courses වලින් start කරලා diplomas, advanced diplomas, degrees, masters දක්වා students ලට ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන් pathway එක create කරලා දෙන leading campus එකක් බවට මේ වෙද්දී පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඔයාලට ඔයාලගේ academic career එක develop කරගන්න පුළුවන් bestම campus එක තමයි අපි. Because අපි student centered campus එකක්, ඒ වගේම expert lecture panel එකක් ඉන්නවා and student friendly environment එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම අපි online physical කියන platform දෙකේම ඔයාලට lectures කරනවා. Before starting the session, I have an exciting news for you. For all the today's participants can take the premium offers from us. So we will share these details at the end of the session. So wait until the end. So you can take a worthy education for affordable price only from Warlton International Campus. Now let me introduce our resource person, Mr. �49ʟᴏ. He has a decade of experience in graphic designing, web development and digital marketing. He is a top 10 freelancer in Sri Lanka. He has several years of experience in freelancing. අද මේ workshop එකට join වෙලා ඉන්න හැමෝටම අපි special offers gift කරනවා. ඒ ගැන දැනගන්න මේ session එක අවසන් වෙනකන් ඔයාලා ඉන්න. So let's move to the workshop. Let's warmly welcome Mr. �49ʟᴏ to continue the program. Thank you.
Give me a moment. So how is my audio? Is it audible? Like, is it clear enough? Do you hear too many background noises? If so, let me know. I can reduce it for you all. Okay, awesome. Most of you are saying all clear. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen, okay? Okay, so how about now? Can you all see my screen? Okay, so we will be studying 3 parts today. Okay, 3 parts. Logo types. This I'm going to keep it short as possible because most of you will know what are the logo types and it's not that important. After that, we will study about the modern rules. If you can study and if you can apply these modern rules that I'm going to teach today, that means you can, if you apply this to your logos, you can create a world-class logo. Okay, if you apply all of this into your logos that I will be teaching. Next, I will be lively designing logos and showing it to you, how I come up with ideas, how I grab ideas from others' works, and how can we quickly do these types of logos. All of those we will be learning today. Okay, we'll move on. First of all, of course, the logo types. I will keep the logo types fast as possible, short as possible, okay? So what's a logo? It's a symbol that identifies a company or a brand. So a logo mark is something, the icon of the logo, the symbol, that's called the logo mark. These wordings are very important in the future. Let's say you are getting into logo designing a lot, then these types of words are very much important. Logo type is the text that you see. The text and the logo mark is always the icon of the logo. Just keep in mind. So this type of logo is called as the combination mark logo, and this type of logo is very common everywhere and very easy to make logo as well. So I will quickly go through all of this logo and quickly explain you, because if I were to explain all of this in detail, it's going to take a long time, but today's most important part is this. These two are the most important parts. Okay, most importantly, I will be designing lively and showing it to you. And we will be designing together. That means you will tell me ideas, I will implement your ideas as well. Likewise, we'll design together. And if you can, let's say if a computer is near you, better you do that on the computer and just send me the screenshot, or just even if you draw somewhere on a notebook and if you can show it to me, upload it on the Zoom chat. Okay, so when you open the Zoom chat, down there will be the attach button, so you can press that and attach the screenshot or the picture that you take. So the combination mark logos, these three, you can see both the icon and the wording. So combination mark. Other one is the negative space logo. So there is a hidden meaning in this. Now think and tell me, what is the hidden meaning inside this? What you all can see? Okay, very good. As you can see, most of you all can easily understand that there is a arrow. So when there is a hidden meaning inside the logo itself, uh, that's not straightly shown to you, but in a hidden way, that's called the negative space logo. Then you have these two examples as well. Here you can see this peacock. After that, you can see here the continent map you can see, as well as you can see the children faces here. So it's very clever, awesome, wonderful logo. Moving on. Wordmark logos. Wordmark logos are mainly built on logos. Okay. So, I mean wordings, mainly built around wordings. Look here, word here, another word here, another word here. So, word mark. Moving on, letter mark logos, and it can be also sometimes called as a monogram. So, letter mark is where we have a meaning like abbreviation, right? Hatton National Bank, Marks and Spencer. Then you have the NASA. Moving on. Monogram, I think this is monogram. These two are monogram, not the NASA one. Yeah. Monogram is where we see two words here, like the Under Armour and the CC. Here, as you can see, C and C. Yeah, this is monogram. This is also called as letter mark as well. You can even call them monogram. So just keep in mind. But nowadays, the most famous logo type is the combination mark. That's used everywhere nowadays. That's the number one popular logo type. And we also have to focus on creating the monogram type of logos. This is also called as combination mark. These two logos are also combination. Why? Because it has a symbol and the icon and the wording. So it's combination, right? Then you have letter form, mainly focused on first word of the company. This is called monogram because it has two wordings. I mean two letters. PlayStation, so P and S. It can be also called as the monogram. Okay, next you have the symbol or the pictorial. So this you can see just the symbol only, mostly the symbol, okay? Abstract logos like these three, where they will have shapes used, mainly shapes used, okay? Okay, mascot logos, this like the, you can see some characters in the logo, right? So this is mascot. Then you have the emblem, the seal, which will look like badge, seal, okay? Then you have letters inside shapes. Okay, dynamic logos. Now, when a company has, if the company decides to go for a different sort of a product, let's say they are from whatever they are used to, maybe they are used to selling something, but they completely wanted to do another different type of a service, okay? Then since the company name is same, but we provide different services, we should create dynamic logos like this, which will look the same, but using the colors we can okay, so using this colors you can make it slightly look different. That's dynamic. Moving on, 3D logos, which are nowadays outdated. Nowadays it's very much outdated. Okay, so in front of my screen, we are talking about, are you talking about this and this? You all are saying there is a box. Okay. Yeah, don't worry, they won't bother you because I won't put it on top of wordings. It's just the video right here and the overlay so that I can control the chat. I can look the chat and mute. All of this I can control through here. So let the overlay be here, but don't worry, I won't let the overlay disturb the view, okay? So the question is, can a logo only be a logo mark? Logo mark means just only the symbol. Can a logo be just by itself, by only the symbol? Now, the answer can be both yes and no, depending on what type of company it is. If it's a, let's say, if it's a very big company like Apple, right, in front of their store, they don't put the word Apple anywhere, right? They just put the symbol, the icon. Why is that? Because everybody can look at this and tell who they are, right? But let's say we are starting a shop or some kind of business today, and we have decided to, in front of the store, we are only putting the symbol. That's not good. That's not a good idea, because nobody knows who we are until we establish ourselves, until we spread, market ourselves properly, until we are famous. We have to follow the combination type of a logo. That would be the best. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is how if you know the MasterCard company, this is how they started. They started inside these circles, they started to put the wording inside the circle itself. Why? Then only people will know who they are, right? And then slowly they started to remove it from 2016, and even now they don't have the wording anymore, because by looking at this we can tell who they are. They are very famous around the globe, so they don't need to put the wording anymore. So keep this in mind. So whenever you get a logo project, you have to know your client first. Is your client like well known, or is your client just starting a company? You have to know all of this before you even do a logo. So it's up to you to properly decide that. As you can see, the same on the card here, they don't have the wording telling you what they are, who they are. Now this is the Pizza Hut logo history, right? So have a look at how old the logos are. They are like complicated, hard to read. And also this 1974 logo, have a look at that. In 1974 they went with this logo, and over time the trend changed. The art style changed. Then you can see in 2010 it is somewhat 3D, because then the trend changed there as well. After that, finally in 2019 till now, they have decided they will go with the 1974's logo itself, because nowadays the current trend, I think this trend will be there for a very long time, maybe for another 10 years. The trend is going to be there. That trend is making minimalistic looking logos. Very simple looking logos is the trend now. Why like that? Why minimalism? Why simplicity? About that I will answer in a while, but for now just have a look how they change, how bigger companies, their approaches go to when it's come to creating logos. Now for the important part. Now we'll study the modern rules. Okay. So these are the list of things you have to consider when you're making a logo. Only this list. If you can write this somewhere or mark this somewhere, it'll be awesome. So next time when you are creating a logo, you have to take this list and see, is the first one applies, the second one, is it applying, the third one, is it applying, like that. If you can apply all of this into your logo, it means you can create a awesome looking logo. So I will be designing logos right today. In a while I'll be designing, right? While the time I design, I will be considering all of these rules that I'm going to tell you right now. So the most important part, the modern rule, is the logo should be simple. It should be minimalistic. That's it. That's the number one rule. Okay, so how to make it look minimalistic? What are the approaches? What are the steps? Okay, so look at the Instagram's history. Creating a logo like this is very hard, right? It is very hard because you need to study 3D, you need to study the software a bit more. But nowadays, compared to before, you don't have to be that creative as well. You can get away easily. You can get away very easily creating a logos right now in 2024. Creating logos are very easy, because we have to keep it simple as possible. To keep simple as possible, you need a creativity, but not much as how it was like 10 years ago or like 20 years ago. So you are lucky if you are getting logo projects nowadays, because it's easy nowadays. Okay, so the minimalism one rule is should be visible in one color. If you put one color on top of this, only one color, I'm not talking about, if it's black color, I'm not talking about light gray, dark gray, no, just black only. If you put a black on front of this, it's going to look like this, nothing's going to be visible. even for this, even for this. But for the modern logo of Instagram nowadays, if you put a black on this, because this white part is uh, it is a transparent part, it's not really there, so it will be visible. So it's visible in one color. So every time you have to ask yourself this question when you're making a logo: if I put this logo in one single color, will the logo be visible? If so, awesome. If not, you have to reconsider it. Also, every time when you're creating a brand new logo, you have to always create in one color. It can be any color, but I highly recommend start with black color. Okay, like this, start like this. Then you can slowly add colors if you want to, but keeping the colors neutral is also a modern trend. Okay, so for an example, if you look at the Apple logo, they have started to change their color to like a neutral color, sometimes black, sometimes gray, sometimes white. These colors are called as the neutral colors. Okay, that is because it's super easy for them to be modern, to do marketing easily. When it comes to designing, it's super easy for them. That's the main reason why they go for, even in colors, they go for the minimalism side. Even when it's come to choosing the colors nowadays, it's like the whole world is becoming a minimalistic, simplistic world, right? For an example, many years ago, if you check the road, the vehicles, whenever you see vehicles, the vehicles will be with different colors, right? Like there will be yellows, reds, blues, green. But nowadays, most of the vehicles, what has happened, most of them are like in neutral colors, mainly white. After that we can see black, after that we can see silver or gray. Most of the time people prefer that. So slowly our world is becoming, okay, more minimalistic. So we have to keep up with it. We have to keep up with it so we can mingle and go with everybody else. Okay. And our job is going to be many times easier when we follow all the trends. And also should be visible after stitching and in printed merchandises. Like look at these two logos. After they are stitched, they are clearly visible, right? They are very well made. They are clearly visible. So you have to keep this in mind. If your logo is complicated like this or this, imagine the work that anybody have to go through to stitch this compared to stitching this on a dress. So hope you get it now. So make sure that it is simple as possible so that it's easy to do anything. Now for the third one is should be visible after printing on a small size like a business card. So let's take a small card like a business card. When a logo is printed, when the logo size is too tiny, from a far away like this, nobody have to hold the business card like in front of their face and to see the logo. Okay, they can keep it a little bit far away, and then they should be able to clearly identify your logo or see what your logo is. So these are very good examples. They are minimalistic, they are simple. Look at this is the problem with beginners. Like since they don't know, this is what everybody does, majority of the beginners, they start making logos like this. What they do is, let's say they are studying somewhere, let's say they are studying somewhere graphic designing, they are studying this fancy tools, Photoshop, Illustrator, they are studying these types of softwares. Okay, if they get to do a logo, what they do is they are like, what are the tools that I studied in Illustrator, what are the shapes that I studied from Photoshop, all this they try to take all of those knowledge and they try to create a logo, and finally the logos will look like this, which is problematic. So these are like was logos according to modern standards. Okay, I will give these logos like 100 out of just 5 only. Why? Because they don't follow any modern rules. Maybe like 20 years ago, this would have been okay, right? Now it's not good because it don't follow all the rules that I was talking about, right? So these are very, very bad logos. So if you have this in mind that you're also going to create logos like this, just don't do it. Okay, keep in mind, go for the different approach, which I will be doing in the today's class, and I'll be showing it to you. Go for these types of approach. Little bit of message like this apple, there's a bite taken out of it, right? This is like a camera icon, and this is like a tick, and this is the letter, a tiny bit of a meaning, right? Just one single meaning is more than enough. You don't have to add so many things like look at the wordings, it's complicated, the lines, the gray color vase, the flower, the petals, the red color, those parts, this line, the glow, right? Too much going on here, look, too much going on here. And here these dots, all of this, how will somebody stitch this on a dress, or if they print this on a very, very tiny card like a business card, how will this logo be easily visible? Let's go to the next part. Yeah, one more thing, a logo should be memorable. Okay, that means, let's say I am showing, let's say, this logo to someone for the very first time, and this logo to someone, I'm giving them only like 4 or 3 seconds to see the logo. So I'm telling, okay, see the logo, 1, 2, 3, and now we are taking like that. I'm showing both the logos, and if I now tell them, okay, draw me whatever you saw, so which logo they are going to draw most accurately? Obviously this logo, right? Because the details are very, very less. So logo should be memorable. Okay, logos cannot be complicated. That is the main reason why majority of the companies like Instagram or any company, any modern company, even Google, Pizza Hut, all of these companies, if you have a look at their logos, they are very, very minimalistic. So these are the reasons. Okay, timelessness. A logo should look like it never ages. When we look at a logo, we should not tell like this is a old logo, this is a old type of logo looking, and this is a modern type of logo looking. We should not able to differentiate, right? So that's what called, it should always feel modern. That's what Pizza Hut decided to do. They took the old logo and they started to introduce now, because this logo still look very modern to this day. That's the reason. So trends in design come and go, but minimalistic design tend to remain relevant and stylish over time. So design trend might come and go, right? But minimalism will stay. The simplicity, the less detailed version of the logo will stay for a very long time. This will help to maintain the brand consistency and longevity. Okay. Okay, now we'll start to design some logos. So Let's say you did one logo, you designed one logo. Using that one simple idea that is in your mind, you multiply it. You slightly make changes, like do small change and call it version 1, do another small change and call it version 2, like version 3, version 4. Likewise, come up with many ideas. So you have to come up with one basic idea, then slowly add into it, come up with many different types of logos, different versions. So this is the trick. Okay, this is what we will be using in today's class most of the time. So right now, so today's whole class, what is the logo workshop's heading? How to create a logo fastly, how to create logos in minutes. To come up with a good logo, minutes is not enough. Sometimes we have to work on for days and days. But in today's workshop, I'm going to teach you that idea, that logo idea, how to come up with a logo idea very quickly. After that, idea is important, right? If you have idea, designing part you can do later. Today, I'm not going to talk about how to use the design tools. No, today's class is about how to get idea so that we can work on the color later, design later, the mock-up later, the presentation of the logo, all of this later. But for now, if we can come up with the idea, that means if 90 percentage of the work is done, I guess. After that, you don't have to stress a lot. If you can come up with the idea, then your stress is gone. Next, you have to come up with the color palette, the company's brand color, brand consistency, brand design, brand identity design, all of this later on. But for now, the idea, that's what matters. So based on this idea, you can build the entire company. The entire design part of the company can be built based on the idea. So luckily, if you study the right way, coming up with ideas is super easy. One of the ways is you can use like AI softwares like ChatGPT or Midjourney or any other AI generative websites like the Google's ones, Gemini, all of those you can use. So even then, even to come up with the idea nowadays, we don't have to break the head a lot. It's super easy, you don't have to worry a lot. So that is what I'm going to do without getting stressed. Today's class is about no stress, because for graphic designers, if you are a graphic designers already, you will know one of the hardest part in graphic designing job is designing logos. Even it's easy to design a poster or a leaflet or any other design, but coming up with logos for a company, that's the most stressful part. So that's why we will be finding shortcuts. Okay, in the modern world where we live, everything we are doing in a very easily. Everything is short nowadays. Even if you watch a YouTube video, there is shorts, because we need to quickly watch the video and finish it off. Likewise, we use even we use uh, AI nowadays everywhere, even to correct a paragraph or to write an email for us, write any type of letter for us, we use AI, right? So let's not hate AI, but let's go with it. We can't help. We have to travel with the AI, because it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. It is going to be in our lives more and more. So we have to mingle with it, learn to go on with it. So mixing is one of the fastest ways how you can create a logo. What is mixing? Mixing means taking one icon, another icon, put together, make a logo, right? So learn to mix and create logos, okay? So that way it's super easy. So what did I do was, right here, let me show it to you. So I went to ChatGPT and I asked this question. So I asked, generate me 5 different logo ideas, okay? So just 3 of these are available. First of all, it also gave me the company name, which I told it to do, and then it came up with the concept, a clean and minimalistic design where a delicate leaf, there is a leaf, okay, incorporated inside the curve, inside the letter D, okay, the leaf with the letter D. I think that's a good idea. So I think that's the first one I'm going to teach you in today's class. So even this one will do, this one will do. So let's see my approach, how I'm going to quickly do this design. That's what we are going to see. So let's say this company is something related to selling natural products, or this company is more related to nature. Okay, so that's why leaf. After that I thought, okay, why don't we incorporate a sun into D, a sun into D. So we'll see. I have just got one idea, but I think I can take that one idea and multiply. And while the time I tell you all to give me ideas, you all have to do it as well. But for now, I have a letter D here. So I need a leaf now. So how will I find the leaf? Very easy. So let's go to Google and let's search for FreePic. FreePic is a website where you can download vectors, templates, yeah, it's loading a bit. Okay, so here I'm going to search for just leaf vector. Give me a moment. Leaf vector FreePic. Give me a moment. Something wrong with my net. I'll try to. I think should be okay now. Okay, so now have a look. So this looks good straight away. I'm searching for some more. Even this looks good. I think we'll get the one which is the number one. Okay, so I'm going to press that, press the download button, and the download button again. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to download this. Let me put on the desktop. Okay, so on my desktop. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this leaf and put it here. And this one, I'm going to change the color to white. So let's call this as the version 1. Okay. After that, I'm going to take the leaf, rotate the leaf, because we are going to see to do as much as we want with different types of version. So that's version 2. If you want, you can put a diagonal one. I think diagonal one looks cool and awesome. Looks really great. So that's that. So I will be making this more special, but before that, for the next one, now you have to come up with okay, some of the students are asking the question, so can it be done in ʴᴏឡᴏ? Yes, anything can be done in ʴᴏឡᴏ. It's also a vector editing software. You don't have to worry about where to get the softwares or it be done in phone and everything. Today you're not going to worry about the software. Just get the knowledge. How am I building a logo step by step? What are the struggles I'm going through? How am I thinking? From where I'm getting the idea? The approaches that I am doing, all of those grab to your mind. Okay, that's the only important part for today. Later you can worry which software I'm going to use. Okay, how do I start? Where do I start? Later. Okay, for now, it's just the logo editing process that you need to study with me today. So now I'm thinking, will how do I add the sun here? One of the ideas that I got earlier itself is doing something like this. Okay, so how I came up with this idea is I thought, okay, so this looks like a circle, so a curved part, so shape of the sun. So I thought, okay, fine, let's add some lines like that. So to add lines, we can, first of all, I'm going to create a circle like this, and I'm going to match the circle like this to the shape of the D. Is it matching? Yeah, somewhat. It doesn't have to be accurate. I'm also going to change the color of this so we can see clearly what's going on. So the center of this circle is right here. This is the center of the circle. Now what I can do is create a line, draw a line like that. Okay, now I can get the rotate tool and find the center of the circle, which is this. After that, all I have to do is just, duplicate it like this. I'm going to change the color of this orange to yellow so I can clearly see what I'm doing here. So as you can see, I was able to divide those lines very easily with the help of circle. So don't worry, all of this knowledge you will get later on, not now. Now just focus, okay? So I'm going for a thinner line because I need to put a line in between. So I thought it will look more like a sun and it might look good. So that's the plan, right? So I have a shorter line. One more time, I will use a tool called the rotate tool. With the help of the rotate tool, I can do this. Okay, so the unwanted lines, I can delete it. Don't need all of these lines. Okay, looks so much better now. Yeah, see, with a small change, everything looks good now. To Ocean, for me, I felt like it's all about feeling. It's all about looking for tiny things. Look here, I thought there are too many lines in the edge that is not looking so good for me. So I thought, okay, we'll remove those lines. And now, as you can see, this is looking much, much better than before. Now about the about applying all the minimalism modern rules. Now you have to see, if I print this on a very, very small card, will this line be visible or not? That you have to see, okay? Give me a moment, I'm reading your messages. Yeah, all of this can be done in Photoshop as well. It'll finish soon, like in another half an hour time. Okay, everyone. So if we print this on a very, very small card, these lines won't be visible. So now I have to take the decision to make the lines much thicker, like this. See? Now when we take a print out from, even from a far away, look, from a very, very far away, these lines are well visible. These lines are visible compared to these lines, not so visible, right? But when I did this, there's a tiny problem. This gap became too closer now. That's another problem. So I have to make sure somehow I give enough of gap here as well. That I'm not going to do at the moment because it will consume a lot of time, okay? And I'm thinking I will select these 2 points and make this much shorter, okay? Make this much shorter. And I will give something like this, okay, a hole like this. That could work out too. No, maybe like this would be great. And I'm planning to make the corners a bit more rounded so it will look more friendly. I'm thinking. Okay, now we'll get back to the logo leaf, okay, for this logo. So now that leaf logo, that looks really common and odd. Why? Because it looks very easy to do. A logo should feel like it is simple, and at the same time it should feel like it is harder to do also. Anybody shouldn't feel like this logo is way too easy to create. At the same time, they have to think this logo is really special. They have put a lot of thought into it. Something like that everybody have to feel. So you have to add some touch to it, like some type of, proper thought to it. So that's what I'm going to do for this leaf logo. So my goal is to, all of these three, of course, my goal is to now make this look special or unique. Unique means only my one will look like this. It won't copy anybody's else one. So as just by making it bigger, now have a look. This already feels very good. Like, look at this. Just by a small tiny change, this feels much modern, or looks like done by a professional person, right? But before, it's like done by a beginner. Now if I have done like this feels like done by a beginner, but this feels hard to do. Look, because all of these sharp corners, all of this make it look like it's hard to do, but it's really easy. All we are the one who did, and we really know the secret, right? So one of the student is asking, how do we get clients now? Okay, it's not the topic for today, but I think I'll spend some minutes for that. So I can only tell you the summary. Okay, so to get clients, you need to market yourself on social media. Like you should have a proper Instagram page where you post constantly your designs that you are doing. Then you have to use proper tags. That's one way. Or else you can go through like websites like Fiverr, which is really good for beginners when it's come to uh, doing graphic design works. Fiverr is the best when it's come to beginners. So you can go to Fiverr and find clients like that, or you can find clients through other similar freelancing websites like Upwork or freelancer.com. So another important way is you can sell you by advertising. Okay, you can sell your services by posting advertisements on Facebook, where you have to pay some money. That's called boosting in Facebook. You can pay some money. You can create a post like this: logo design. I will design logos for you, and you can showcase some of the logos that you have done on a picture. Then you can say the price if you want to. All of these information you're going to put, and you can do boosting. That is also one of the way how you can find clients. Or else another easy way is, for now, if you are absolute beginner, create a post and start uploading on your WhatsApp status. Your friends or relatives might give you some works, so get experience from them. Sometimes even say, uh, don't even get paid, do them for free. Okay, but what matters is you need real works, you need real clients, and now you can tell your relatives to, for them to put status. They will be putting status of your post, logo designing post, and likewise you can find clients as well as beginners. Okay, then slowly you can start to, yeah, this software that you see is Adobe Illustrator. Right now I'm using Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so look, this logo is very special now. Okay, so similarly I'm going to do the same for other ones, making this icon bigger, and all of a sudden, like, just feels so good, like done by like a professional person. On top of that, I can make the corners look more rounded like this. This doesn't look much more like a D, so I have made it too much curve there, not so much round corner there. Now this feels awesome, to making that corner round. It just feels much more friendly. That's, you know what, I'm going to pick one version in this. Okay, let's pick this as our version 1. Then I'm going to duplicate it. This time I'm going to just move things here and there just to feel, yeah, I'm starting to get it. How about now? Does it look like a leaf? Yeah, somewhat okay, not so bad. Okay, yeah, this looks good too. Okay, so I'm going to fix it as version 2, and the other version I'm thinking, can I, yeah, even this ones look good like a leaf. Or simply by rotating, even this looks good. Just simply by rotating, you can achieve this. Uh, but the goal is to make it look special as well. So then if you do a logo like this to your client, if you give a logo like this to the client, now let's say you're charging, let's say 5,000 for this logo, 5,000, and your client is like, what's with this logo, it looks really simple, even I could have done this. Who is saying? Client is saying. So if you don't want this, if you don't want them to say this, do this and make it look little bit like impossible for the client to do something like this. For a client, really hard to do. They might think this is a bit hard because all of these sharp parts and all of this which will make them confused. So your only goal is to make it like add some magic or like touch to it, make it feel special. Okay. Okay, one of the student is saying about like which is the website I was using to create logos. This is a website where you can find logo templates, logos, but you can't really do any logo here. Do not try to do logos here, it's not possible. Or there is no any good website where you can build awesome looking logos, not possible. You have to study a little bit, you have to use Illustrator or Photoshop or any other designing software and try to design by yourself. So now let's talk about dream target, this one. So a bold design featuring a target icon, okay, target icon, and integrate into the negative space of the letter D. Okay, so now again let's grab the letter D. Maybe I'll do it here itself. What is the name of the company? Dream Target. Okay, fine. So I'm going to search for, I'm going to type Dream Target. Okay. And I'm going to give a modern looking simple font. Let us make all caps maybe, or this is also fine. Now a target will look like this. Okay, so it will look like this. So now we have to incorporate this into our design. I think that's a cool idea. Something like this would be awesome. It's super easy because all I have to do is cut the letter D and awesome. So how to do that? I'm not going to spend too much of time in here. It's super easy. All you have to do is give it outline. So first of all, I'm going to give it like a blue outline. I'm going to do some changes for my stroke settings. Okay, and give me a moment. I'm going to need to add another stroke. This stroke, I'm going to change it to a different color. And this, if not, this is not working. I could have used the offset feature. That is awesome too. Maybe something like this. I'm not going to spend too much of time. I'm creating a target, okay? This is more than enough. So all we have to do is cut the center. So you get something like this. Looks like a target. If you want one in the center, you can put this on the center. Now it looks more like it, yeah. Okay. Now I need that arrow. Okay, so here's the arrow. So I will rotate it. Then we will create something like this. So I can place it right here. Okay, so I'm going to pull them apart so it will look much better. Because I have to make this smaller, do this much better now compared to how it was before. So if I spend a lot of time, of course we can make it look even more better. And this I'm going to make it white so that it's going to look like I am using the negative space to my advantage. Now have a look. This much bigger. Look, this looks like an arrow, target. Spending more time, I can make it look even more better. But we have to do many other versions as well. Okay, there is a formula where if you want to know what is the logo mark size and what is the word mark size, how can you come up with the text size and the icon size? Is there any rule for that? Yeah, there is a formula. That is, if you take the height, if you measure the length, not the height, if you measure the length of the wording, all you have to do is rotate it and cut it into two, like this, cut it into two. And this, after you cut into two, this height should be the height of the logo mark. So I'm going to cut it into two. Okay, so I'm going to use the height and divide into two. So this should be the height of the logo mark. That's how you come up with the size of a word and size of the icon. This one I'm thinking I will make this a bit more bold, and for now I'm going to give it blue, make it small. Okay, now for this one, this is a bit challenging. Okay, so a mountain peak is yeah, there should be a mountain view inside the letter D and a dove flying above it. Okay, so first of all, I'm thinking this is the negative space of the letter D, right? This hole, we are going to put a mountain here. So how will a mountain look like? Maybe like this, and then like a dove flying like behind the bird, like flying, behind. So that's the plan. So first of all, how will a mountain look like? I don't have to worry about because I have the internet. So all I have to do is search for mountain logo. What did I do? I search for mountain logo and I'll see which one is good for my one. Okay. I'm getting ideas, inspirations. Okay, if you look at this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, there are one thing that is common in all of this, even this, right? This. That is, if you see, one side of the mountain is white, other side is black. That way, we can somehow come up with the, see like this is what I'm talking about. Using this technique, you can make it look like a mountain. So that is what I'm going to do here. First of all, I'm going to do this. After that, I'm going to get a triangle. Maybe like this. I'll make the triangle more steeper. Right. Maybe a bit shorter like this. I'm going to, first of all, wait, give me a moment. All of this I'm not going to explain since you don't have to worry about how I'm designing. It's about how I'm coming up with the idea. Okay, so now we have to follow the technique what we saw. So this side will be like a colored one. Okay, so that's the plan. To do this, I'm thinking I will get the pen tool. Give me a moment. I need this white color. Yeah, I need it. Okay, I will take the pen tool. Let's see what I can do. Maybe I'll start from there. Click here like this. Maybe like this. Not really sure how it will look like, but let's give it a go. Okay, so not bad. Maybe this one should get pulled more. Zooming out, looking at it. Okay, fine, I guess. So I'll cut this into half. So I'll cut this into half. So this is half, as you can see. I'll cut it into half. So I'll make sure one side is white, other side, if I put as white, it's not visible. Therefore, you have to give it outline like this. And of course, it should be black color. Yeah, now as you can see, it looks more like a mountain icon inside the D. That looks good too. Now we need the dove. Where can we find the dove? So one more time here from Freepik, you just have to search for dove. That's it. But I'm going to do it in Google itself. So I'm going to search for dove silhouette. Whenever you say search the word silhouette, you get these dark black images. So I'm going to need to find a simple looking one. See, not so many detail in here, because every time on a logo, when we are creating a logo, we need simple looking shapes. So I think this is good. So we can go inside this website and we should be able to download it. Here's the download button. Okay, so I just downloaded it. I'm getting it into Illustrator. Now, as you can see, this is an image. So I'm going to use the Illustrator's trace feature and convert it to a vector shape. So I can reduce the size of it. And if I make it way too small and if I put it somewhere here, that's wrong. You're not supposed to do it, because if it's printed on a small size, then the logo should be visible. So how do we know this? You have to zoom out, zoom out, zoom out from a far away like this. If a person for the first time sees this, can they say what this bird is? Can they? Can't, right? So you have to make sure to increase the size of it. Make it bigger. Maybe I'm thinking, why don't I put like this? like this, but no, I don't like it because from far away it's not visible. So making it bigger, and now from far away is it visible? Yeah, somewhat visible, but I don't think using the dove any extra more detail into this logo is a good idea, because if it's printed on a business card it's going to look really odd. Even if you somehow manage it to put here, giving it outline for an example. Yeah, like this. If you somehow manage to incorporate it, it's going to not so work, I think. So I'm going to leave the idea, and without that itself, this is a wonderful logo with the mountain icon in it. So I'm thinking I'm also going to curve these two and see how it goes. I'm experimenting. I don't know how it looks. Yeah, not bad at all. I think even here, not bad at all. Okay, looks cool. So yeah, I think I can make this line a bit more thicker, so it'll match with the border of the logo, because we are supposed to maintain consistency. As you can see, looks good and all, but give me a moment. I will make sure this is even. I mean, this curve and this curve should feel even. Yeah, logo feels modern except for one single part. Look, this is very thick. Okay, this also I made it thick. Everything feels okay, but except for this gap, which feels really small. That's not good. So somehow you have to give it enough of space there as well. So you could try to do like that, move it around. Now feels great, but now it doesn't look more like a mountain. So it's all about trying and failing, again trying, again and again, trying and trying and trying. I think not so much, maybe a tiny bit. I'll make it bigger. Now it just feels more like a modern logo. Okay, we'll see. One of the student is saying, why don't you make the D bigger and put the pigeon inside? Okay, fine. Here we go. I'm making the D bigger. Okay, maybe like this. Now, if you are thinking we have enough of space like this, let's say somehow I arrange the mountain, still it is the same thing. Still, when I zoom all the way out, now the problem is, again, don't add any details that are not visible. Okay, that's the rule, that the minimalism rule. You're not supposed to add details. Like whenever you can, remove the details. Like these are pretty bad logos. See, no need. Somehow, let's say I'm making a vase logo. Okay, this is a good idea. Let's say I'm making a flower pot logo. Okay, here I'm going to search for flower pot logo. I'm going to search the same thing here. Okay, this logo 100 out of 0, bad. According to modern standards, bad. This is bad logos. Okay, this is bad. Okay, these are all bad. Then what's a good looking, modern looking flower pot logo? Can I see anywhere on the internet? Right now I don't see. No, I don't see anywhere. This feels somewhat okay, but too much of details. All the time, keep in mind, you have to give less details, very less details to your logo. So the icons or anything that you put should be very big and visible from a far away. That's the objective, okay? Because for bigger companies, I have worked with many bigger companies, and this is one thing that I have to follow, that is the detailing. I have to make sure I remove much detail as possible. Even when I get to redesign, this is what I do. I remove details and keep it simple as possible, because the modern standards for a company is, for a logo is, everything should be so simple, so that even after, stitching it or putting it on a small size, printing it anywhere on a smaller size, or even on a mobile app icon, everything should be clearly visible. So as logo designers, it's not about filling everything as you can. It's all about following those modern rules. Keep in mind. So this is pretty good, not bad. Look at this. Not bad. Let me see if I can find any modern logos that I can give high marks. At the moment, no, I don't see anything. This one is awesome, like awesome looking, but bad at the same time. Now this is wonderful. Straight away I'm giving it 100 out of 90. Okay, but what's the problem with this logo? Then I'm giving 100 out of 90. Then what's the problem of this logo? How can I make it better to the modern standards? First of all, let me see if I can, yeah, the reason why it is good for the modern standard is, look at the pot, just a shape, single shape, which is very simple. Look at the leaves, just leaf icons, that's all, right? That's why this wins. This is the best out of best. Everything else, best out of everything, even all of this beats it. You might think to design something like this, it's hard, right? It's take a lots of talent. Of course, yeah, to design something, you have to study the lighting, the shadows, you need to study about the color palette, you have to study all the tools, you need a lot of knowledge to do this. But these are not logos. As well as a logo like this is very bad nowadays. It's not about designing something, it's all about, following, maintaining those rules. So that is why this entire workshop is all about, for you to understand, maintaining simplicity. So first of all, let me see if I can expand this so that I can start to fix this logo. I can show you before and after. So I will select all of this individually. I will put it right here maybe. Okay. All right. So I will take 2 copies. What's wrong with this is it's pretty good, not bad at all, only minor change. When you zoom out and zoom out from a far away like this, let's say this is an app icon on your phone, the gap between each leaf is not visible from a far away. It's barely noticeable. That's why this is bad. That's why I gave it 100 out of 90. But if we can fix that gap issue, then we can give it like 100 out of 100 straight away. So I will try my best to solve that gap issue. So the first thing I'm going to do is give it a border. But border? White color border. Okay, like this. Yeah, I am doing it as rough as possible. This is not the way how I'm supposed to do it, but look at this. I have increased the gap much as possible. This one may be tiny bit down. So here and all messed up. I'm not going to worry about it. But now look, from a far away, the gap is visible on this, but not this. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm spending a lot of time to explain. This is actually the most valuable part you can learn it today in this entire workshop. If you can get what I'm trying to explain it right now, that means it's going to be worth it for you a lot. Okay, look at this gap from afar away, it's visible, right? But this one is not so visible, so gaps are so important as well. So gaps plays a major role. Now if we can fix this, I can give this the tiny bit issues are like these ones. If I can fix all of those, we can give this 100 out of 100. This one like not so much. So hope you got it. So that is why I'm telling you, when we can add the dow, we can add, of course, I can add the dow here, I can add the tree here, I can add, let's say, a pole, a flag like this. You can add anything right here. You can add, that's that's not creative. Okay, adding is possible, anybody can add, but that's not how it goes. It has to be simple as possible. That is why all of these logos, designers charge a lot. If you know the SLT telecom logo for 1 million, a guy redesigned it, you can know the story. Why that much cost just to do a redesigning? Because of this, not many people knows about this. So even though it looks for your eyes that it is so simple to create a logo, but in the background, as designers, we only know what is the hardship to come up with everything, all the rules we have to follow, all of this. If we can maintain, it's really worth it. We pay money for that only, for our knowledge, not for, we charge a lot for the knowledge. Okay, let me read some of your messages. All right, so the same student's message, can we put the dove like this? Yeah, something like this would be awesome too, as long as this has a border and the border should go out and the dove should be visible as well. Something like this is cool, but try not to, because this is a taller looking logo, then it becomes taller. Even if you put for sides, it just becomes a lot more wider and it doesn't make much sense. So I better avoid this. Maybe like this would do. Maybe I can rotate this a bit more, make it some more bigger. This I will bring back to however it was, like this. Yeah, okay, but I wouldn't go for this approach. All right, so another student got this idea. So we will take this part and put here, and then you can try, but it will not no longer look like a D anymore. See, there are other ways how you can do this. One of the way is you can, these are really advanced way of doing. You can add a white color line like this, like that. There are many other tricks, but for now you learn the basics. Okay, so here I'm going to just slightly do that for you. This is not the best way to do like this, but I'm just trying. Okay, see, whatever the last part of the D I took by a line like this. So yeah, this is also good, but not the best. I wouldn't recommend sticking like this. Keep it simple as possible with simple details as possible. Now let us, I think these three are done, right? I will be finishing the class in a while. Let's at least do this logo. Okay, after that I will end it. So Nova Bloom, it's for abstract flower with petals shaped like a crescent, moon, and sun. Okay, this is a bit interesting. So petals shaped like a crescent. Petals that look like crescent. Ah, good idea. Not bad, not bad. Okay. See this, how did I get it? I took it from ChatGPT. So you also can do the same. Go to ChatGPT, give the company details, all of this information, and tell it to give some ideas. It might give, most of them are not going to work out. So I just saw this one. Is it this? Not that. I think this one. Yeah, a coffee cup with the steam forming a city skyline above it. Now this is like the worst way. It's possible, not impossible, but this is going to be very, very difficult to create. I mean, if it's a photo editing, easy to do. Like there is this steam coming from the mug. On the steam we should see the picture of the buildings, very easy. If it's a photo editing wise, can do, but it's really hard to do it as a logo because of the modern standards, those regulation, those rules that we have to maintain. That's why it's going to be difficult. Some chat gpt's answers are not going to be good, some are going to be good, like this one. I think we can try. So first of all, I need to search for crescent. Uh, yeah, crescent silhouette. See, okay. So now I'm finding I want much bigger one rather than a thinner one, because from a far away, thinner ones are not going to be visible. So I'm thinking this one would do, maybe that one would do. And now let's copy it and I will paste it here. No, I cannot convert this to a. Oh, I can, of course, I should have or could have created mine. So circle, making the circle smaller, making it white, and then deciding my own. And I think now this is not bad. Okay, so I'm going to select it. Now these are the petals. Okay, so petals. Now just find, give the center somewhere. Let's say I'm going to create a circle. Okay, this is going to be the center of the flower. All right, so here and there some changes needs to be done, but this is also not bad of a good idea. Okay, now I need to decide how the inside is going to be. So let's go to Google and search for flower logo. You know what, even without this circle it's already looks not bad at all. Like maybe tiny circles in the center would do, I guess. We'll see. I'm going to create a circle. Yeah, something like this. See, if you can put some dots like that and create this lines, that would be awesome as well. Yeah, then it will still look like a moon, the crescent, and it will look like a flower. I think that's a good idea. Okay, this is also awesome. As you can see, I think this is the last one we'll do. Another one I'll just draw and show you. So the first one, this one, the coffee cup, the steam is coming out, but what's coming out is it is the flower petal. Okay, so if you can get a, if let's say you got a coffee for the logo for the coffee shop, you got, now you just Google like coffee cup steam or something like this, steam. Then the easy way is you think like, see, this is also good idea. The steam is changing to a heart. So think, can the cup be something else? Ask this question. Since this is a coffee shop, better it be as a coffee cup itself. But you can take advantage of this steam, right? Try to take advantage. That's the idea that ChatGPT gave. What was that? To put flowers, like make these lines that looks like flower petals. That's awesome. So that's a good idea. Likewise, you have to think, uh, whenever you get a logo project, you have to think, what is the main icon I can use along with another icon, and how do I change those, incorporate those two icons together so that the logo becomes special all of a sudden and unique. So I'm going to search for coffee cup logo itself to see what others have done. Okay, is there, if there anyone have done anything unique? Now this looks same, all same, right? All same. But what will make you a world-class designer is you have to give something unique for the client. So you have to think, if I can design the cup to be a little bit different, how will I do? How will I make something unique? Now, for an example, this one, the coffee beans, it's not that much of a clever, but okay, no problem. This heart part is also a good idea. And this is modern looking as well, looks good as well. So I'm just checking what others have done, because You have to see what others have done, go through. And I like this as well. The way how they have used the lines of the cup to the advantage looks really cool. Now this logo is really special. Now this can become a world-class logo. 100 out of 100, say straight away. Very good. Wow, this one is awesome as well. Look at this. The top view of the coffee cup. Awesome. And the reflection, those part and all, excellent. Let's move on and see if there is any more. Now this one feels good as well. Okay, so this is nice looking too. Moving on. So likewise, you're going to think, how can I make it something look different? Now look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Looks like the hand holding the coffee looks awesome now, but it doesn't follow all the rules that I talked about, unfortunately. It should be well made, the icons, everything should be well made, but for the concept it is like 100 out of 100 straight away, awesome. So likewise. So now hope you understood what are the logos that I appreciate and what I don't. This I appreciate. This is 100 out of 100. I appreciate for something uniqueness, not for something that is there available everywhere, because that doesn't make you special. Like you are, if you do like others, that will make you like normal, right? It will not make you unique. So you have to find clever ways to come up with different idea. And one more thing, for an example, I'm just telling you, okay, so you if the company name, yeah, better to use the first letter of company names. Come up with anything that you can do. Like here C is there, but if you get the D, now how will you create make a coffee cup look with the letter D? That's a good one. I think I have to give it a try. Okay, so now I got a challenge. The challenge is how we will be doing it. So what makes a coffee cup looks like a coffee cup? It's the one of the thing is the handle, of course, and the shape. So we can't take advantage of the shape because here we have the D shape. We are stuck with the letter D shape. So we can only take advantage of the handle. So I'm thinking, how will a coffee cup handle look like? More likely this. So I'm going to go for the same approach. So I think I can draw it quickly. I'm not going to spend time drawing the perfect looking. This, I don't like it at all. Okay, I don't like it at all, but it's okay. For now, just the most important part is you are understanding what I'm doing right here. Okay, this is pretty messed up. Okay, I'm going to ignore it. Now what? One more time, because I can't just, I'm so used to precision, just can't do anything quickly because I tend to look into things in much more detailed way. I'm so used to it. Even this I don't like, but it's okay. Now you're like, of course you can add those lines. So like this, like this. The steam, even this I don't like. I have to come up with a better idea for that. But we are somewhat there, okay, with the letter D. Now I don't like this at all. I wish there is a good one that I could show you somewhere on the internet with the letter D. Okay, let's see, letter D, coffee cup logo. This one is something different. That is, they have used the the negative space to the advantage. That's really cool. Okay, really nice. This one looks good too, but have anybody done more like my one, but better than my one? Okay, so one of the student is asking, what are the prompts that we can give on ChatGPT? Don't worry about the prompts, anything at all. You just, it's like, uh, just even if you make so many grammar mistakes, it's totally fine. Go to ChatGPT and just type, my client is selling bottles. They are selling water bottles. So their company name is like something something. Then you say, uh, for this I need like 10 ideas to create the logo. That's all. It's going to give you some idea. If you can add more detail in, that would be even much better. And in all those 10 ideas, at least one is going to be good. If all 10 is worse, then ask like 100 ideas. It's going to give you 100 ideas. So go through all the 100 and see what you like. So don't worry about the prompt. It's just you ask. ChatGPT will understand because it's pretty smart now. So okay, again back to this. Now I'm going to search again coffee cup logo, and I'm going to find the most simple looking coffee cup logo that I like. Don't worry, you can get some inspiration or even get their icon shapes. It doesn't matter as long as you change it. Okay, so I took this and I'm going to uh, trace it. As long as you make a lot of change for their logo, you can use their logo. So in this case, I'm going to do some change here. I just took the base of the cup, so no harm in that, don't worry. So I took the base. Now I'm going to find, what should I find? Yeah, flower, petal, silhouette. I'm just going to search for petal silhouette. Then the petals should come instead of the whole flower. Is there anything that looks cool? I think these ones are looking good as well, but yeah, some of these are fine. Okay, I'm going to copy. Where is that? Here, let's paste in here. I'm going to trace this. I'll pick some of this. Okay, so yeah, look, now the problem is it, yeah, ChatGPT gave me the idea. It was a okay idea. What was the idea? Use the coffee cup where the steam comes out of as a flower petal. Okay, good idea. So I did it. Now what? Now I totally feel different. Now I feel like, how will anybody for the first time feel this as a petal? How will they know? So now I'm like, okay, we might have to do some modification. The modification now is, Now, how can I make this coffee cup more like a flower? If I can, let's say something like this. If you can create, yeah, something like this, a circle. I'm trying, okay. I'm not sure how things will work, but in logo designing, it's all about trying and trying and trying, okay? So I'm going to change this color for now for yellow, and then I'm going to change all of this to be yellow also. Now I'm going to use colors to my advantage, and I'm going to make this so bigger that I can make it, maybe thinking if I can make it look like a part of the petal. Now I need to add so much of dots, because then I can make it look more like a flower, because right now it doesn't look more like a flower. So just trying. If this fails, okay, fine, just we can come up with a different idea, but it's all about trying and not really sure if I can make it. No, I don't think this would work out. So it's okay. It's okay to leave the idea, and it's okay to go for a different idea. But we can also get always help from the internet, right? Just we'll see. I'm going to go here and I'm going to search for coffee cup flower. All right, so I'm thinking, is there any idea, anything? This is a bad idea. What if I change the flower petal itself? That could work out too. Okay. Yeah, and then I need more like this to make it look more like a flower. I guess that's way too bigger. You might have to find some idea, but I think I will move on to the next one. Yeah, I think this is a good one. Yeah, a glowing sun partially surrounded by orbiting lines that form the letter S. Okay, so I'm just going to draw this, okay? So first of all, there should be a circle. The circle is the sun, okay? Let's say this is the sun, and the idea is to put a letter S, that the letter S should look like it is orbiting the sun, which is a lot difficult, of course. If you see, it's like the dust ring, this dust ring, something like this. But instead of this line be like a straight line, we have to make it look more like a letter S. So it's going to be challenging. So maybe I will draw a circle first, I guess, and then draw a letter S. Yeah, something like this would do. See, Now I'll make this lot thick. Okay, therefore you can clearly see what I am doing here. Yeah, something like this in front of the sun. Okay, so you can make this look more like a sun by adding rays all around. Is like a light ray. About adding the light ray, we have to see how it's done by others. So grab ideas from others and how they are creating rays like this. So now I'm going to go and search for sun logo. Then see how others are approaching the ray. Okay, I kind of like this shape. This shape looks like a tone that looks really cool. That would be nice too. So yeah, even this one, these lines are very subtle. Those ones look good too. Okay, now do you all have any questions to ask me? Please let me know.
Sir, is there a method used in
I can't hear you. Tell again.
sir? Should the logos be too colorful, or is there a particular number of colors or a maximum number of colors we should use in a logo?
Okay, good question. According to the modern trend, modern rules, or when it comes to the minimalism rule, try your best to keep as just one single color. That is, any one single color. Adding gradient is the worst. For an example, you might think this is if designing a logo like this, even this and all sounds good, but printing it like this is very difficult. Okay, also stitching this is very difficult. How will they do it? It's just not really possible, right? Even something like this, a logo like this, wouldn't be really possible. That is the reason why nowadays even though they look very pleasing and even though they are eye-catching, when it's come to printing, it's very hard, also stitching and all of this. But that is why many modern company logos, they are trying to stay with one color. Even if you take a look at the Google's logo now, it's just flat. Before they had the gradient logo and all. Now it's just simply flat logo. Just with one or two colors is fine. Try to stick with maximum two colors. More than two is bad. Staying with one is also very good.
Thank you, sir.
And logos like this always stay away from logos like this, because if you give one color to this, it won't look like this. So if I fully give this one single color, it won't look good. So stay away from creating logos like this. Okay, so now the question is, one of the student is asking, I will try to answer most of your questions. Yeah, when redesigning a logo, it's simple. It's just all the things that I told you right now. You keep it simple as possible. add less details, give it a slight meaning to it, nothing else. One of the students says why most of the local clients requesting more colors and complicated designs with more gradients, and how to explain and move forward with the order. Okay, so this is a big problem among graphic designers when facing clients. Who are the clients? Are they graphic designers? Not at all. If they are graphic designers, then they would design by themselves, right? So as designers, we have to explain them, like create a presentation or something, come up with a PDF presentation or something, modern trends, logo trends, modern rules of the logo, and at least record a video of you speaking, like a record the screen of your computer, at least speak, then explain this is how a modern logo should be, these are the rules, so on so on. Then the client will understand something. But if we just straight away tell the clients no, you can't add more colors, that's not good and all, the client will take it personally and they will think that you are telling the client as your personal preference, not as a designer. That's the problem. You have to talk to the client as a designer, not as somebody who is giving them ideas. Okay, so if you tell them this color won't work out because this is the reason, so on. You have to explain. If not, they might think you, because you like red, you like blue, that's the reason why you are telling them to choose blue and red. They will get confused. So we have to be very careful when dealing with clients. But at the end of the day, if the client who is paying us money, client, if it's a bigger client, then don't worry, they will straight away. If it's a bigger company with many employees, most probably they will understand what you're talking about. But a smaller client, then just do whatever they say. It's easy for us, and don't worry, you can improve on it later. It still will be an experience for you. So don't stress yourself. As designers, that's the important part, because dealing with client is the hardest part as when you do this graphic design job. Don't get stressed out. If you get stressed, you won't like this field. But this is an awesome field, one of the easiest fields where you can easily study, easily get a job and everything. So graphic design is awesome. You just have to take things easily. Like don't take things seriously. If the client make your design, you gave them an awesome looking design, then the client changed it completely, don't worry about it. One more thing I have to tell, your logo presentation should be really good. The reason is, now I'm going to Google one more time here. On Google, I'm searching for logo presentation. Whenever you'll do a logo, let's say this is the logo you did. Let me just give it some color. So okay, so let's say this is the logo you did. Okay, so now you're not supposed to wait. Now we are not supposed to take this picture and send it to the client. Wrong. This is where you're doing a huge big mistake. You're not supposed to send client like this. What you're going to do is instead, like, nicely package it, add some nice wrapping paper, write their name nicely, something like that. Okay, you get the idea, right? So here we have to create a presentation sheet like this, where we will show them the step, like what are the colors we used. It's as a mobile icon, how it will look like, as the horizontal version of the logo, how it will look like. We have to present it nicely, how it will look like on a product. Okay, so on a mock-up, how it will look like. See, so this logo on a mock-up. So how did they do it? Did they really print it on a bag? No, this is just a fake digital mock-up. Digital mock-ups are easy to download, and all you have to do is open that editable file, put your logo here and save it. So same thing here on a business card, you have to put and show. So these are the ways that how you can impress the client. The first impression when they see the logo should be really good. So they want to see the logo on the real actual product as well. So there is a higher chance they might approve our design. Okay, keep in mind. One of the student is saying, okay, near my laptop. This is the drawing tablet that I use to draw. Okay, I can use the pen and draw like this. This is called as a graphic tablet, which will be helpful when you're creating logos as well. It's like drawing on paper, but instead we just draw on the digital screen. So this is called, you can say, graphic tablet. Is there any other questions? What tools do I use? Is it the software are you talking about? Is this Illustrator? For logo design, I highly recommend the number one software for logo design is Illustrator. Of course, Illustrator is the number one. Okay, so keep that in mind. I conduct classes at Warlton International Campus. So you can join at Warlton International Campus. We do online and we do physically as well. The drawing tablet that I'm using is ʀᴏᴜ 13. That's the drawing tablet I use. ʴᴏᴜ 13. Okay, then all of you. So a Walton staff will be contacting you. So I'm going to pass the mic for them. Okay, one of the students says about the loan saving process. Okay. So saving process is very simple. You create a artboard like this. You put the logos, then you go to File, Export as, and then choose the JPG image format or PNG format is also good when you want to save transparency logos. That's it. When you press export, you're going to save this entire sheet. Okay, please do not go yet. Don't quit yet. Okay, so a staff from Walton will be contacting you, but I'm leaving. See you all. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Aftal. We have arranged this workshop to create good communication between lecturer and students. I hope all of you gain sound knowledge about logo designing. So there is a good demand in the market for the logo designing. Through these sessions, you can improve foundation skills and you can create your own career pathway in this field. So if you're looking for a good diploma in graphic designing, you can join with us today with this premium offers. I'll upload a Google form linked via WhatsApp group. You can use this promo code LDW2301. for special offers. Again, I'll send it promo code LEW2301. Finally, I want to thank Mr. Aftal for this wonderful session, and thank you so much for all the students for joining with us.